Let's do a self-exploration meditation on I Am That, Chapter 22. The self-inquiry is called Let the Outer Obey the Inner. For this self-exploration meditation, you will need to sit in front of a large mirror. Please ensure that you can see your entire physical body. Also ensure that you are sitting by yourself in a closed room. Let's sit comfortably in front of the mirror. Let's keep our eyes open to begin this self-inquiry. Look at the reflection in the mirror. It is simply form, rupa, form. This is what Maharaj calls the outer. Examine the form carefully. This form has been given a name. Say the name out aloud. If I changed the name, would that change anything in the form? If I changed the form, would the name change? That which is seen is rupa or form. That which is heard is nama or name. If it is seen and heard, it means that it is perceivable. The outer is perceivable. Can that which is perceivable be permanent? Is the outer permanent? Look at the reflection even more closely. Is the rupa that is being perceived right now in the reflection permanent? Has this rupa not changed? The physical body changes every cell in 7 years. After a period of 7 years, there is no cell in the body that is the same as before. Can the physical body, the rupa, be permanent if it changes completely every 7 years? No. The physical part of the outer is impermanent. Now close your eyes and take the attention to the mind. Thought arises and dissolves. Feeling arises and dissolves. The mind is nothing but thought plus feeling. Both thought and feeling are perceivable. That means that the mind has a perceivable subtle form or rupa. Can that which is perceivable be permanent? Thought and feeling appear and disappear. No thought, no feeling can be held on continuously. Not a pleasant thought, not an unpleasant one. Not a beautiful feeling, nor an ugly one. Nothing can be held onto permanently. How can that which is so transient be permanent? The mental as well as the emotional parts of the outer are impermanent. Hence, the outer Nama Rupa is impermanent. Real means permanent, unreal means impermanent. The outer is therefore unreal because the real cannot keep changing constantly. Even if the outer pretends to be real by holding on to memory, it is only ephemeral. Notice that at a subtle level, you are still holding on to the name and form of the reflection you saw in the mirror. Do you notice how the outer is moved by memory? Your stand is of the outer. All memory is traceable. The moment a trace is found, know that your stand is of the outer. Drop the fascination for the outer. Realize its futility. Recognize the futility of the outer by seeing false as false. Recognize the futility of the outer by seeing its impermanence, transiency, unreality. Recognize the futility of the outer by seeing the truth that it does not have control. That which does not have control is helpless and dependent. There is a possibility of becoming spiritually independent by turning away from the outer. Recognize its futility and turn away from the outer. The outer is unconscious somethingness. The inner is conscious nothingness. Turn away from the outer unconscious somethingness to the inner conscious nothingness and recognize the meaning of being spiritually independent. This is the meaning of being self attentive. Attend to your own self. This is called self attention. When you are turned towards the self, a true recognition arises that the inner conscious nothingness controls the outer unconscious Namarupa. Become aware of this subtle and intricate truth. The inner conscious nothingness controls the outer unconscious somethingness of Namarupa. Notice the awkwardness of the outer Namarupa when it is being referred to as the unconscious somethingness. Notice its awkwardness when it is called futile, helpless, dependent. Notice its response, its lack of control. Notice it trying to bring up memory. Notice that it is moved by memory. Ignore the outer Namarupa. Just be the conscious, no thingness background, witnessing the awkward outer Namarupa. You are the inner conscious nothingness. Whatever the outer does is in response to you, the inner nothingness. Hence, remain steady in the nothingness as the nothingness. Agree to be nobody. Agree to be nothing. Allow some room for the mind to become a tool of discovery rather than a tool of memory. Agree to be nobody. Agree to be nothing. Be the source of inspiration that you truly are. Whatever the outer does is in response to your inspiration. The inner is the source of inspiration for the outer. Simply be. It is best for the mind to obey the inner. So just be. The mind will adjust. It is best for the body to obey the inner. So just be. The body will adjust. It is best for the world to obey the inner. Just be. The world will adjust. Allow some room for the outer to refrain from the false, to surrender the fake, to give up pretense, to see false as false. You are that which makes all possible. Be with this truth. Let the outer obey the inner. The first voice is God's voice. Let the outer obey the inner.